As a freelance creative, you have the rare opportunity to be able to refine and hone in on your skill set in many different areas. We're going to talk about how you can do that and how I did that in a project I did with a client. In this example, as a freelance videographer, I decided to work on my directing skills while doing a project with a client. Obviously, the skills that I'm going to be able to refine are scaled to fit this project in specific. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you understand the role or the skills that you want to develop. So if you wanted to develop the skills of a director like I'm doing, you would first need to understand what a director is and what it is that they do. Understanding the whole scope of their responsibility, and then being able to work on certain things depending on your situation or the project you're working on. The first thing I worked on was concept and vision. The director is responsible for the overall vision, overall concept of the project. They're responsible for understanding what type of project it is and what the project's goals are. In this case, the client knew the basics of what they wanted. They just wanted some YouTube videos repurposed into social media reels or short form content. The rest of that creative concept and vision was up to me, which in reality, most of that work is going to come down to obviously how it's filmed and then how it's edited in post-production. So it's not really anything crazy. Number two is script development. The director is responsible for making sure the script is aligned with the concept and the vision. They also may be involved in the creation of the script, but they definitely are responsible for making sure it aligns with, what the project is and the vision and concept of the project. In this case, there was no need for a script for the type of project we were doing, but I still wanted to create something to give this project outline and structure. And what I basically did for the client was create a script for a YouTube introduction and a YouTube outro, basically just establishing who they are, their credibility, their brand identity, and allowing the audience to know what type of video they're about to get into. And as for the outro, just reaffirming that brand identity and giving the audience a call to action and encouraging engagement. So I created a script for him to follow to do that, and that's basically all it was when it came down to script development for me in this case. But I still wanted to practice script development. It's it may be something super simple, but practice makes perfect, and that's essentially what we're trying to do as creative freelancers. Just keep practicing on those certain skills we want to get to. On a creative project as a freelancer, odds are you might be doing everything yourself unless you're with other freelancers. And in this case, I was doing mostly everything myself. I did have my wife with me as a BTS shooter, but she decided to come along. I'm not paying her for that. She didn't get paid for this. Which brings me to my next point. If you could please subscribe, like, comment, that would greatly help me pay my wife so that she doesn't work for free and complain. I'm just kidding. But that would also help the dog that I have that has one blind eye and a limp. So yeah, I appreciate you for that. Anyways, let's get back to our topic of discussion, which brings me to my third point, which is the pre-production planning. Now, the director works closely with producers, writers, and other key crew members during pre-production to plan out the video project. This includes, but is not limited to, storyboarding, shot listing, organizing, creating the schedule for the shoot, and so on and so forth. In this case, I coordinated with the client for this project to establish a schedule and assure standards are met so that we can have a top quality final product. It's very important. With that being said, our fourth point, which is casting and crew selection. Now, in my case, like I said, freelance creative, I'm mostly doing everything myself. So I don't need to do casting and crew selection per se, but a director usually participates in choosing the cast and key crew members, ensuring that they have the right team to bring the vision to life. And like I said, I don't need that, but I did bring along my wife for BTS, so I guess that's crew. Who's counting her, Let's just forget about the wife. I'm just kidding. Don't get upset. The day of the shoot, when you're on set, when you're on location, which is directing the shoot. The director guides the cast crew. They make decisions about camera angles, lightings, the overall look and style of the video. They basically make all the tough decisions, all the big decisions. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. Again, I'm freelancing, so I'm the only one there besides my wife. And so I'm making all the decisions. It's the fun part of being a creative freelancer. You do everything yourself. I'm gonna leave that there. Anyways, on to the next point, which is post-production process. After the shoot, the director typically works with the editor to assemble, the footage, ensuring that the final product reflects the concept and vision. They may also oversee the sound design, music selection, and any visual effects. Again, this is pretty self-explanatory for those who know. Since I'm a freelancer, I'm gonna have to do all of that myself. But it's important that you also focus on these important details. You're not just editing it together to deliver it, all willy-nilly. No, you wanna be intentional. You wanna pay attention to detail when it comes to music selection. You want your work to really speak for itself. And so you wanna take care and really dot your I's and cross your T's to make sure you deliver a top quality product as a freelance creative. Now, as a director, you're going to be relying on other people to do so. You're just pretty much overseeing and making suggestions, decisions, but it's really at the end of the day on an editor or on a, someone who's scoring it, whatever it may be. But in this case, I got to do it myself. So that's fine. The director of the video project is the creative leader responsible for bringing the concept to life, guiding the entire process from start to end, and ensuring that the final product meets the project's objectives, goals, and aligns with the intended vision. As a freelance creative, that means you can develop a lot of skills, even these directing skills, without having to have the title of a director. You have the ability to, if you want to focus on lighting skills, as a freelance creative, you can just focus on lighting skills. Obviously, you want to focus on the client project, but you can really just hone that in. So you gain real life experience as a creative freelancer. It's not like you have to go to a school and, learn how to do lighting. You can, but you can also do it while you're working on projects for clients. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope this can help you in any way, shape, or form. These are some of the things that help me, that I've done, that I've noticed while on set, while working with clients. I appreciate y'all. And until the next one. Are we done? I think we're done.